Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Welcome in, everyone. The American League, it's just about to get started. I am Curtis Kenyon, otherwise known as Ninja Rider. Alongside me tonight is Austin Knight. How you doing?
Howdy, howdy. Hope you guys are ready for a historic race today. The very first AOR American F1 League. We are here in Melbourne, Australia, here at Albert Park. And we are in qualifying session right here and ready to go.
Yeah, now this should be pretty hype. I'm excited to see how everybody's going to do, as this one is the first big one to come out of the American side of things. The craziest thing about all this is that I come in here with absolutely no expectations. You know, coming from another AOR league, you kind of have an idea as to how everyone's going to run, but this one, I have no idea. I have no idea how this is going to go.
Yeah, I also have very little expectations. I see a few drivers I recognize from other F1 leagues, other AOR splits from earlier today, but since it's such a new league and mainly American, North American, we have a few people from South America in this league as well, but everyone here is just all so new, so there is no real split on who is going to be the fastest, and it's just going to be one wild ride this entire first race and probably this entire first season.
So the general idea of all this is to, you know, go through some qualifying. Got about 18 minutes of that, and then we'll have ourselves a 29-lap race before we jump into qualifying, which is what the players are starting to get warmed up on. I think we're going to do a little bit of a hot lap session here. Jess was nice enough to provide us with this, and we will be right back. Check out the hot lap.
Hello and welcome along to our very first AOR Hot Lap on the new F1 2018 game around Albert Park. And taking us through a lap on the track today is our very own Marcel Kiefer, representing Force India in the F1 Esports Championships. Now he's just about to start his lap on the start-finish straight, going into 8th gear, going around the first corner, going into turn 1 and hits the brakes at a very decent pace. He's staying in the inside zone just as he goes to the DRS straight to get a better run, going into turn 2 and 3, full power again, and braking just as he gets to the Hummer board and dropping it down to 3rd gear to maximise momentum and rotate the car. Really easy, going into turn 4, going to 5th gear as he goes through turn 5, going all out here with the power, especially as these cars is definitely really faster in this game than F1 2017. He chose to stay in 7th gear there, but Poppy goes to 8th gear just as he started sector 2, clipping the corner there. He's good, very good speed going through turn 9 before the sweeping stage of turn 8. He gets the braking absolutely right here through these long straight, and again chooses to go to 7th gear to make sure he gets the momentum here. Absolutely fast car, absolutely very good engine around here. Getting that corner absolutely right is definitely crucial around Albert Park. Just going through the DRS straight, a very common move for overtaking. You get that move absolutely right, and it is very good moves going through here. He's going through the penultimate few corners of the track, definitely slowing down the speed a little bit there to gain traction. He does that with ease very, very well as he approaches the last few corners. Very, very critical as you go through the power here. And there we are. There was a lap around Albert Park today.
And thank you, Jess, for the introduction to the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit here in Australia. And I'll be honest with you, this is one of my favorite tracks to go to during all of my 10 years in simulation racing, whether it be open wheel or endurance, I've had a ton of fun here, even just learning the track and learning these particular cars.
Yes, Albert Park is one of those tracks that is magnificently beautiful and very fun to drive around, as ACR Raven sets the new fastest lap in the Scuderia Ferrari of a 1:19.969. Not the fastest currently out of all the drivers. Most of them still trying to get used to the track and all the conditions to the track and getting used to their setups and everything. There's still 12 minutes left in this qualifying session, but everyone I have talked to absolutely loves Albert Park.
It's just one of those tracks it's not super complicated. It's not the most technical track, but dang is it fun to drive. It is an absolute blast to drive. We're actually following ACR Raven around this circuit here.
Yeah, I believe he is heading on his in lap. He just set his fastest lap right now, but a car that is on his flying lap right now, as most cars are on their flying lap, but someone who's just starting his flying lap is Sharkbait 98. I believe he is, yes, he is on his flying lap, and he's catching up to a few laps cars right now. Sharkbait 98, driving for Alfa Romeo. Is coming up on sector 3, going to turn 14. It's coming up on Raven. Actually has to get off the gas as he goes into the gravel. Big lockup going to turn 15 and heading into the final corner at turn 16. Into the DRS zone, opens it up, and across the line he goes all the way to 7th place. Great, what a good lap for Sharkbait 98. Few cars got in his way at the end, so he's definitely looking forward to getting into the pits and getting back out there.
We'll just follow him around just a little bit just to kind of get an idea as to what he's feeling. That Alfa Romeo looking absolutely spectacular, and keeping up with the clean laps and all those things. As far as this particular track goes, it does reward clean laps. Missing an apex here can be devastating, especially when you're trying to keep your speed up through the middle sector. And I mean, even that first sector, if you miss an apex, you're going to get completely creamed.
Yeah, we got J-Boy, but we're going to go on board with Fluffy Dave in the Red Bull, as I believe he is starting his flying lap right behind the Force India of J-Boy. Fluffy Dave, a league racer in a few other leagues. This is his first time in AOR. He said he's very excited to be racing again in AOR and other F1 leagues now, and he's loving the new handling of the F1 2018 game.
It's been pretty fantastic. He's coming down here through the second sector, down Lakeshore, or Lakeside Drive, I should say. Bringing it down nicely. Here can be devastating. Coming up on one of the Hype Energy cars. That's what we're going to call them now, because Hype Energy is awesome that way. Even that first sector, very fast switchback, lines it up perfectly. Opens up that DRS, looking very racy. He's got a car in front of him. This could be bad. He manages to cut inside just a slight touch, but I think that might have been a bit of lag. Possible DC. No, he's going to back off the lap.
Yeah, that's Fluffy Dave. He's backing off the lap, trying to get a gap open. He's actually going to go into the pits, probably redo his tires.
Would be a good idea after a little bit of a touch that way. And he'll just come into the pits here, and we'll see who else is on his outlet. Looks like Old Boy is on his way out as well. Bringing it down nicely.
Apparently I have a voice echo thing going on.
Switchback, lines it up perfectly.
I'll fix that as much as I can.
You sound good on my end. I'm not quite sure where they're seeing that. He manages to cut inside just a slight touch, but I think that might have been a bit of lag. Watching Old Boy on his out lap, getting those tires warmed up.
Actually, some driver to watch is some idiot in that Williams.
Yes.
Some idiot up there into P3, almost comes into contact with a Renault coming out of the pits. But he is staying on form and is rocketing down into turn 3 and clipping that apex, looking complete in control. It's the first non-Ferrari in this top 3, and he's looking very good right now.
Looking fantastic as he's coming out through the first sector and into the second sector. Pedal down Lakeside Drive. For those who don't know, this is usually a bicycle path to go around the lake that surrounds Melbourne Park.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a few bicyclists would want these cars to go around sometimes.
Yeah, you know, just makes their lane look that much faster, I'm sure.
It gives a nice breeze. It gives a nice breeze.
Just a bit as they come flying past you. No problem. Coming out of this third sector here, though, has it into nicely. Ooh, just going off the track a touch. That might cost him a little bit of a lock up there. And just a touch wide and through the final corner.
Yeah, he's coming down back straight. DRS is open and across the line. Does not improve his time, just barely slower. But he is still down a couple thousandths of a second from Raven in first and second place. Actually, half a second exactly down from second place of Animus in the Ferrari.
We're taking a look at Kingy. He's on an outlap as well.
Oh, Animus has set a new fastest time, overtaking first place. That is a 1:19.880 for the Ferrari driver, and he is probably excited about that. Still's got about two laps in him. The fresh tire is probably going to take it easy on this in lap, burn as much fuel off. Probably not get in the way of anyone. I think I see a Williams behind him. Just barely slower. But yeah, Kingy is on a flyer of a lap right now. He's about to go into a flyer as Raven sets a new pole time.
Take a look at Kingy right now. He's coming through here, turn 1, full bore, knocks it all down. Nails that second apex. Doesn't quite go as wide as he probably could have, and with the DRS open, slams himself through turn 3, a little bit wide, getting a little squirrely. Pushing hard here is Kingy. Turn 5. It's through nicely. Set up here. Oh, just a little bit wide. He is pushing really hard. Wants to move up here. He's in the 5th position at this point.
I realized what was causing the echo.
Same. Actually, I did too. No worries.
It was my headset.
No, it wasn't your headset. It was on the production end. Thank you, production truck. Oh, going a little wide there through the switchback. Manages to collect it nicely. I don't think this is going to be much of an improvement, but let's see what he can do here with the DRS open in the 3rd zone.
Yeah, coming into turn 13, Kingy definitely looking very good, but still after that mistake, he had to be pixel perfect, inch perfect, everything, and that lockup going into turn 15 is not going to help him. He's going to finish out this lap, going to turn 16, opens up DRS, and just rockets down the front straight, and he's coming across the line. That will send him into not a faster time, half a second down of his fastest lap so far.
He's keeping on it, though.
He's definitely keeping on it. 5 minutes remaining. He could definitely go in for another lap on these ultra soft tires, but he will have to start his race on these ultra soft tires if he improves his time. So he has to go into the pits if he wants fresh rubber. Driver on the front on his flyer of a lap is Swamp in the Mercedes. Number 97 coming around the final corner at pretty good time. Not top pace time, but it will be a time for him. And that sets him into 10th place of a 1:23.461 for Swamp right there. Finally got a time on board for the Mercedes with 4 minutes to go. As most of the drivers are in the pits right now or coming into the pits or on an outlap. It's a little bit of a lull in laps going on. But we got a one of the oldest drivers on the grid right now, looking to go onto their flying lap. It's Sakith, who is, you would not believe this, 51 years old. The oldest driver in this split. Sakith, 51 years old, I believe. Oh, there's a Haas just pulled off the track at the start. You're gonna see a lot of drivers retire from here, but Sakith go on their flying lap going into turn 3 right now.
He's looking pretty stable too. We're having slight production issues on my end. Oh yeah, got held up.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lion
that's
held
rough.
him up. He backed off completely, and he's looking to get around him and restart his flying lap with 3 minutes. He's currently sitting down in 14th. The boys at production truck are talking to us.
For all production issues, it's gonna happen here, and when it's the first race of a new season and a new region and just new everything. It's gonna happen, guys. I'm glad that you're letting us know, though, and that's fantastic of you. Instead of just, letting us look like total
Idiots.
buffoons. Buffoon though.
Okay, yeah, buffoons.
Buffoon. It's such a better word.
Yeah.
We're still
Someone
on-
who's not a buffoon is Intergalactic Gentleman, who's just started his flying lap in the Haas. There is no cars around him for miles, so this should be a butter smooth lap, as some might call it, with no distractions, as he is coming into turn 6, 7, and 8, that little section going into sector 2.
He is
On
looking
pace.
mighty stable too. My goodness.
Very stable. Like he's actually butter smooth right now. Some might say it. Heading into turn 11 into the 11-12 chicane, this flying left-right hander. If you run wide into that curb, and you might upset your car and oversteer it and maybe throw it into the wall. I've seen it happen during a few races going throughout the years. That 11-12 chicane is a hot spot for incidents. So that's always a
just
place
pushed
to
a
look
little
out.
too hard there.
Yes, he did. He went really wide into the grass, but he is still hard on the throttle as he opens up DRS and across the line to move up 2 places, sitting in 12th.
Taking a look back at Saketh, making his way around the final sector up to the penultimate corner. Looking real smooth.
Yeah, he's currently a bit down on his own time. Maybe has a better exit right now. We'll see. No improvement. Just a bit slower on that old rubber, so he's gonna... If he has another one in him, he does. There's 30 seconds left in this time. Let's go over to ACR Raven. Right now, actually, both of the Ferraris are going out right behind each other. Animus is in front of Raven right now, so we're going to keep our cameras on Raven as he chases down his teammate. Maybe Ferrari trying some strategy right now. Where is some idiot?
I don't know. He's in third.
Oh,
though.
some idiot is just starting his flying lap. I believe he's looking a little bit slow, but he is starting his final lap, so he'll be the last across the line. So let's go back to Raven and Animus as the Ferraris pull away down the back straight, going into turn 13. As I believe Raven has actually blocked off his time and has stopped pushing as Raven comes across the final corner. No, Animus comes across the final corner, opens up DRS, and across the line, new pole time of a 1:19.525. Raven has gone into the pits.
We're taking a look at some idiot right now. He's making his way into the final sector of the track. He's got a slow car in front of him. Hopefully he can negotiate that well.
Yeah,
does,
that
yep,
car pulls
perfectly.
off to the side. No time lost, but he is not going fast. He's at
calling it.
126 right now. He's called it. And I believe, yes, that is your qualifying. No, he got Skateth. Saketh No, wait, that was Toro Rosso. So that is your qualifying session with Animus taking pole, followed by Raven, Some Idiot, Triton, Fluffy Dave, Kingy, Mud, Sharkbait, Heineken, Zwamp, Jonathan, Intergalactic Gentleman, J-Boy, Sakith, Z3 Mikey, Lund's Visit, and DMW with Pranky and Regus the Lion finishing up the grid. Actually, Relgus didn't even set a lap time.
No, he didn't. He came in to the lobby and then ended up backing out, which is a little bit odd. But
yeah, he was having a bit of connection issues. So
yeah, there was a few connection issues on a couple of drivers, but not too bad, all things considered, I think.
Yeah, that qualifying session went relatively smooth. No major incidents with cars crashing into the walls. I didn't see any blocking of cars. Just a little bit of cars late into the qualifying session, getting into drivers' ways who were out. But that was a qualifying session. The first three all within a second of each other, so we should see most of the fight between these three. Who's your pick for the win?
Ooh, boy. That's a good question. I mean, Raven looked really consistent while we were watching him. Animus looked absolutely blistering, but sometimes the speed can get to you a little bit. Some Idiot looking absolutely fast as heck. I honestly did not think that he would be quite that fast here at Australia. As we were talking to him just before we went into qualifying, he sounded fairly confident, but not crazy confident.
Overly confident. Yeah. My money is kind of on Some Idiot right now. I've known him for a few years. He was telling me about his tire strategies and all that, and if you want a guy to conserve tires, he is. I'm putting my money on Some Idiot. Who are you putting yours on?
Just to be different, I'm gonna go with Animus.
All right. No one's taking Raven.
He'll be the dark horse. How about that?
All right. We'll fun and chat before the race starts. Who do you have your money on? Any predictions for this race? And whoever gets closest wins a cookie, I guess.
Ooh, a cookie.
Oh, yeah.
Should be a fantastic race. Oh, drivers are already out onto the track.
And they're going on to the formation lap. Big plumes of smoke, and the formation laps in this year's game are actually vital to the race, since this is where you can actually warm up your tires before you get to the grid. So you see what Animus is doing right now. He's getting a big lead, but he doesn't want to really do that, since that means he'll be sitting on the grid a lot, waiting for the slower drivers to get up back to him. They want to be all bunched up and waiting so they don't have to wait on that grid and cool off the tires. But yeah, formation laps actually do something to the tires this year.
Now, I wonder, strategy on moving so far ahead would be to just cool them all off right there at the end. It's kind of old school, though, if you think about it.
I'm gonna have to shout out at Troll Vision for his prediction. Money on half the grid for getting this track coast right. It isn't that type of racing.
Animus already getting to the grid.
Yeah, he is, and it's looking a little bit hazy in the sky, so we might see some rain later on this race.
All I know is right now, Animus better have those radiators open. He's going to be sitting there for a little while.
Yeah. Okay, clockwise. All right, everyone is getting ready on the grid, waiting for these 5 red lights.
It's getting
wow.
out
The
there.
very back of the grid is still coming. The Sauber of Alt Z. He wasn't even in the qualifying session. The Sauber is just now joining the very back of the grid, making everybody wait. Maybe a strategic advantage from him.
Maybe.
But
Make everyone else blow up.
Yeah. Very odd strategy from Sauber right here. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for the F1 2018 AOR Hype Energy American F1 League. As some idiot jumps both of the Ferraris and he's in the lead. Some idiot in the Williams has jumped both of his guys from the second row into the lead off the first corner. We see Animus trying to make a move on some idiot, but a lot of plumes of smoke in the backfield.
And tons of smoke as we watch some idiot coming through to the lead. A fantastic start right off the line. There's already been a penalty.
Yeah, penalties are being assumed, I believe, for maybe a collision between a few drivers. DMW Old Boy not having the best of starts out there, but some idiot is just rocketing away. We are not getting our timings for we aren't getting timings right now through the intervals, but I believe after one lap that should be fixed. As Mund and there's a crash. It's King. King is off the track. And turn 11, King has crashed off the track. He went straight on. I believe there was a bit of an incident with Mund. Between King and Mund as he is off the track. I do not see any damage on that McLaren, but massive collision with massive spin, I should say. I believe he locked up and spun out, but no one has retired as some idiot comes across the line. There we go. We finally got timings now with Animus right behind, followed by Raven and Fluffy Dave moving up to 4th place behind these 4. But these 3 drivers, just 3 seconds ahead of the guy in 4th place. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. What has happened?
I'm not quite sure.
All right, let's keep our cameras on Animus and this battle for the lead between some idiot Animus and Raven. You see drivers just running away from the pack right now as it looks like Animus trying to go down the inside of some idiot, but some idiot holding him off.
Going on board here with Animus. Just staying in the slipstream as much as he can. Doesn't want to burn up those tires, but he's going to be saving the fuel like crazy as the DRS has not quite been activated here.
All right, that penalty for Z-Womp was a stop-go penalty for Z-Womp for corner cutting and gaining a place.
Oh, we're going to pass for the lead. Animus coming onto the inside. There could be a touch. Barely, no. Almost.
Oh, Raven almost taking out his teammate. Riding hard, they go into the wall. Animus and Raven dives down the inside, avoiding his teammate, and he gets the overtake on him, going down into the straight with some idiot taking this to a disadvantage and running away from both his teammates. There's a lot of carbon fiber in the turn 1 gravel trap, so I guess they're during the second lap that some cars may have got together in the braking zone.
Right now, this is pretty much the race. All 3 of these drivers within a second of each other, and everyone else has been kind of relegated a bit as the Ferraris absolutely hounding the Williams here as we might have a pass.
Raven sells some idiot a dummy, but he doesn't. But he says no sir to the sale, but it looks like Raven's got some speed on the outside. They could be going on a side-by-side drag race going into turn 11 and 12. But they're going to slot in back behind of some idiot and stay in his draft.
Oh, here we go.
Raven down the inside, he overcooks it, and it's a Ferrari sandwich right now with a little bit of Williams filling. As some idiot is overtaken as Raven takes the lead.
We're on board with Animus, who's decided to kind of hang back a little bit, just use the slipstream and let his teammate and some idiot duke it out for the lead. Let them burn the fuel while he's back there saving.
New fast lap for the Haas F1 team of It's Triton, getting a 125, I believe that was. Oh, Animus diving down the inside of some idiot, but he overcooks it, locks up, and has to back out of that move as some idiot was coming across. He actually rides some of the curbs, getting a little bit loose as Raven is running away from these two as they're having a little bit of scrap of their own.
We're all holding our breath here over here. This is getting very close.
Yeah, it is. Animus getting front wing to gearbox. Looked for a move, but locked up while he was going into the corner, so he had to back off of it. But Animus, after getting pole, has dropped down 2 positions. Definitely wants to get back up to where his teammate is and challenge for the lead. But some idiot pulling away from Animus right now after that mistake from him. But both of them have DRS right now as they're trying to chase down Raven. I don't want to look away from this, honestly.
I know, me neither. I've got everything just trained on Raven right now, who is starting to smooth out the race course and turn it into his personal playground. A little bit of a slide.
Retirement is Sakith.
Has... no.
Oh, that is a crashed Toro Rosso in the middle of the track after turn 12. Oh, you can't go to the cameras, but you can go to the whoever's behind him, and you just see a crash car in the middle of the track. I'm surprised that's not bringing out a safety car right now. But tough race for Sakith.
Yeah, Sakith was our senior driver in age, at least. And out of respect, we will not reveal his age. You can just go on at the AOR website and find out for yourself, of course. But honestly, a fantastic guy, and was really looking forward to this race. It's a bit disappointing to see him retired so early.
Well, there are multiple races in the season. Not everyone can be perfect in every race, so plenty of room to improve as we rejoin our top 3 as some idiot has pulled down the gap to Raven, as the tires should start degrading about right now to next lap, as we should start seeing pit stops being made from lap 6 to lap 8 as some idiot closing the gap, almost hitting at the back of Raven as he tries to go around the outside and then switches back. Oh my goodness. Really almost all 3 of them touch.
Yeah, they're really hotting it up here as big lockups all over the place by everyone. I think Raven braked a little bit early, and he's sliding through the final corner, really lighting up those tires. Some idiot looking at a pass here coming into turn 1.
Looking down the inside, it's going to be a drag
3
race.
wide.
It's a 3-wide drag race as some idiot gets taken. The Ferraris have taken each other out. Raven is in the gravel. Animus has hit Raven and pushed him into the gravel.
Oh,
both of the Ferraris. Oh my goodness, some idiot dodged a massive bullet.
Now it's Triton and Fluffy Dave are all up in the mix at this point, as both drivers have been duking it out the whole race. The leading race has been a little bit better, but after all of that has been said and done, Fluffy Dave and It's Triton find themselves in 2nd and 3rd place, and Fluffy Dave is all over the track right now.
Yeah, he did. He went over, touched the wall just a little bit. I don't see any damage on his car. He just got a little bit loose on the end, but what a disastrous for Raven and Animus. They both wanted to race for the victory, but it's 29. It's a 29 lap race, not a 5-lap race. It ain't an online lobby going in here. Well, technically it is, but it ain't a 5-lap online lobby. And they're racing like it was a 1-lap race. But some idiot backing off of that 3-way fight and just came out on top. He must be feeling so lucky right now as he stays out for another lap. But it's Triton and Fluffy Dave inheriting these podium positions currently, as we should start seeing some drivers go into the pits. Yes, Raven is going into the pits.
Good move. Good move after that big spin and lock up all over the place. Get those tires off and redo it.
Yes, he is. He's going onto the soft tires. Actually, pull up the detail of our tires as he goes onto the soft tires. The first super soft tires is Z3 Mikey sitting in 7th, but around lap 6 you should start seeing some tire degradation from all the top runners who started in the top 10.
I would have to agree with that completely. We're already seeing it. Z3 Mikey benefiting from the fact that he's on the super soft. You have ACR Raven changing over to regular soft, and he might be making a run for the end of the race from here on out.
Yeah, he is definitely attempting a one-stop strategy right now, as some idiot is pulling away. And actually, all the drivers except for J-Boy and Jonathan AI are having a battle for 10th place. It's actually a 3-wide battle. There's a Renault in there as well. I don't know who that Renault is. Oh, that's Rillius the Line. He's already a lap down.
Ouch.
Well, this is a battle for 10th between Jonathan AI and J-Boy. All the other cars are just separated by a pit as Animus goes into the pits right now for that Ferrari, as some idiot, Triton, and Fluffy Dave all continue out. Oh! Jonathan gets really loose on the exit of turn 12 and heads into the grass, as we have a little bit of a disconnection from the Mercedes of Mud right there. Fun fact, Mud is actually a former running back for the University of South Carolina Trojans. That is an interesting fact about him right there. Also, another interesting thing, Jonathan AI staying out after going into the grass. I guess there's no damage onto his car.
Yeah, he got a little bit caught up in the exit of the chicane and just kind of darted him off to the inside of the track. Luckily, he kept it off the wall and locked it up a little bit, but it looks like he regulated those brakes just nicely.
Yeah, so we're going on board with Z Mikey as he's coming up on the ghosted car of Twitch of Mud 20, who is trying to get back into the session, and this should be a very easy overtake as he goes straight through the ghosted car into 5th place. We should start seeing some idiot. Oh, Fluffy Dave is one of the top 3 going into the pits right now. Locks up the brakes, but no speeding penalty for the Red Bull driver. He's going onto the softs, and he's attempting the one-stop, as some idiot and Itch Triton are both carrying out as we're going to go down to P13 of Heineken and Intergalactic, as they're having a little bit of scrap down here. It's soft tires versus super soft tires.
Trying to see exactly what's going to happen here with the difference in tires. Haven't really seen too much of Heineken on the track, but he has DRS here, so we might see a bit of a look through into turn 1. He's going to go for the pass.
Oh, he takes them both into the grass. Actually, no, he just goes into the grass by himself. I don't think he hit anyone.
Yeah, it was just himself. He hit no one. He just dive bombed it and realized he wasn't going to make it, so he powered through the corner. An Intergalactic Gentleman coming through in 11th place, trying to chase down the points position. Jonathan AI, yeah.
It was still having a fight with J-Boy in 9th right now. These two just coming out of the pits as some idiot's going into the pits. Both the leaders are in the pits right now. Somebody and Triton both gone into the pits. It's now Z Mikey, who is 19 seconds down. I do not think he has enough time to get to the start because the pit lane delta is about 20 seconds. So this should be a side-by-side exit for some idiot and Triton. Actually, some idiot going onto the soft tires. Everyone's staying on the soft tire strategy for the one stops. And actually, yes, some idiot
Mikey
does calculate it, and Mikey comes out in second as Animus overtakes Triton with the undercut. Some idiot still in the first, but we got the battle for second place between Z Mikey and Animus right now.
That's right, Animus wanting to get back up into the position that he was at right before the kerfuffle with his own teammate. Probably feeling a little bit hot-headed. Could be seeing red. No?
It is the red car, but he is gaining miles on Z Mikey.
Oh, in the grass!
A little bit cool. Mikey's in the grass, a little bit loose, and he taps the wall. Animus tapped the wall. I don't see any damage on that front wing, but he does make the move on Z Mikey, and he's now chasing down some idiot. I was about to say he's probably taking a more cautious approach, but there was caution to the wind on that overtake.
Animus now gonna chase down some idiot sitting 2.3 seconds ahead. But Animus has the older tires.
Yes, Animus is on 2 laps old soft tires, and some idiot is on fresh new tires. But we're going to go on to it's Raven right now. Oh, this Raven right now as he's chasing down, as he's taking on Mikey and trying to get back to his teammate. He goes down the inside. We also got a move from Fluffy Dave on Triton. It's a 2-way overtake right there, but Mikey holds out. It's a side-by-side drag race here in Australia. Going into turn 3, but Raven overtakes Mikey, as so does Fluffy Dave, gets on Triton, and he's now chasing down the Renault of Mikey.
Fluffy Dave, we haven't really talked about him too much in the Red Bull. Looking fantastic right now. He seems to be keeping it on the track. Not really seeing too much dust getting kicked up by him at the moment, at least.
We got a 5-second stop penalty for Altseny for speeding in the pit lane. He's going to serve that right now, or in his next pit stop, if he ever makes one. It will be added to him at the end of the race. But yeah, Mikey on those 10-lap old super soft tires is probably looking to pit very soon, as we're having a bit people disconnect from the session, but that is not affecting the battle up front, as we're going to go to Fluffy Dave as he's coming across the Renault of Mikey. As he goes into the grass, Dave dives down the inside and overtakes him with ease, as he's now chasing down Raven and the top 3.
Looks like Triton trying to get involved as well. Mikey finally going into the pits. A good move for him.
Yeah, Animus setting the new fastest lap of 1:24.080. As he is sitting he is actually a second behind some in it. So our camera's going to be on Animus right now, as he's chasing down some idiot in the Williams and trying to get back into the lead, because he was the pole sitter. Remember this. And this is the fight. We got to slow down for Romeo. He almost makes contact.
We're on board here with Animus too. He is on a tear, working those soft tires as hard as they possibly can go. I don't know if they're going to last this long, at least till the end of the race, if he's working it this hard.
Yes, Animus can't keep this pace up. He's actually dropped back that lapped car, going really slow, as we got an overtake for Intergalactic and Kingy AV, coming out of turn 4, 5, heading into turn 6. Kingy got ahead of Intergalactic, and he's pulling away Intergalactic on these old 11-lap super softs, as everyone settles back into that 1-second groove. Dirty air is a thing in this game, so it's a lack of downforce. They can't really keep the cars set down, but that doesn't throw away pace and tire management. But Summit is on the freshest tires right now, the soft tires with 3 laps, as Animus and Raven are on the 5 and 6 lap old tires, but they do have the pace to chase them down. But do you think they will have enough to chase down some idiot currently?
I mean, they could. It really comes down to how some idiot is going to handle the next pit stop. I have a feeling he's going to have to stop at least one more. But
nah, I've seen these soft tires go one stop. They're all trying for the one-stop strategy, so we may be risking some tire degradation, but some idiot losing a lot of time to Animus right now. He's gained up almost to an entire second behind him, but Animus very quick in that sector 2, chasing down on the Williams of some idiot once again.
Some idiot just keeping it clean at this point. He needs to open up the gap a little bit before it closes up and the DRS becomes active.
Have some radio insight from Raven. He is dropping back to save his tires and fuel to attack later on in the race, as Animus was pushing very aggressively, got into all the grass on the penultimate corners, but he is sitting in some idiot slipstream, still not a second behind him, but he is definitely pushing flat out, seeing red as he's chasing the white Williams of some idiot.
You can see the physical distance between them That equals out to just under a second now. He needs to keep this going. Animus is starting to feel the lead. He wants the lead bad.
Yeah, Animus getting in that groove. He feels the groove, he feels the pace, he sees his target, and he's making it all the way over to him. There are a few lapped cars out in front. I think that is Frankie in that Force India out in front of him. So maybe a bit of lap traffic will be a wrench into the cogs of Animus as some idiot right now. Hopefully they are drama-free.
Well, here we go. We might have a little
He's
bit...
ghosted.
Yeah, no, he did go ghosted. Okay.
He's going ghost. Animus half a second behind is some idiot. They're chasing down. The battle is ramping up again. Big lockup for Animus. That is not good for his tire wear. He is on the older tires compared to some idiot by 2 laps. Some idiot probably knows this and is taking it easy right now because he has the fresher tires, but he may be aggressive on the defense, knowing Animus is overtaking style after that lapse in thinking when he had that collision with his teammate earlier in this race.
Now an old boy's coming up here. That might go ghosted. I can't really tell.
No, he's not ghosted. He is real.
Blue flag.
Blue flag,
over.
blue flag. Somebody, he goes into the grass, but he loses a lot of time to Animus, who's gained up to 0.3 seconds. He's almost front wing to Gearbox as he chases him down, heading into turn 10.
Slipstream, some idiot breaking the slipstream right there. Animus electing to get out of there a little bit just to cool down the car a touch. They are nose to tail, electing to use the DRS here. We have a zone now. Animus coming up on it.
Animus
inside.
going down the inside. He's making the move. Some idiot covers the door and says, "No, thank you, sir."
I disagree.
And holds him off.
I completely disagree. Some idiot left him some room for there, just in case Animus wanted to make the move. But Animus knew he couldn't make it stick, so he decided to get out of there.
Some idiot knows the rules of racing very well. That was a totally legal move by him. He was just covering. He just had enough room so he could squeeze by, but Animus didn't think he could make that apex on a perfect line, as some idiot still holds that position, but it's going to be a drag race as Animus is still, oh my goodness, they're just going at it right now. Front wing to Gearbox for Animus, 0.1 seconds behind him. If this could last all race, I would be so thankful for it, and I would just love it, but it is very close right now as they fly through turn 7 and 8.
This is by far the closest race on the track at the moment as Animus goes up inside, locks him up.
Locked up, cuts the corner, but some idiot still holds him off. Some idiot defending like he's teaching a lesson on defending as Regas is on intermediate. Why is Regas on intermediate tires?
They're not even allowed?
Meme?
I guess?
I don't know, but
Kinda odd.
let's go back to the fight that matters. Which is the fight for the lead between some idiot and Animus. Animus looking on the outside of the final turn 16. Still, it's a drag race. They're going to be side by side. Going to turn 1. It's some idiot. It's Animus. Animus has got the lead. Some idiot's going to slot in behind of Animus. But Animus taking that turn 1 very clean. Some idiot getting a little bit slower off of that exit. And probably looking after his tires, because Animus is on those 9-lap old tires, 2 laps more than some idiot. He's all over the track, but some idiot still half a second behind him, and now it's his turn for attack.
Yeah, and Raven just lurking in the background, watching these two battle from afar, just waiting for that mistake from someone to come through, but Animus has really lit up those tires. I don't know. I really don't know if he's going to be able to last these ones all the way through, at least with enough carcass on there to keep the grip up.
Yes, Raven sitting 2.5 seconds back. Probably just to look after his tires, enjoy the show in front of him, hope for a mistake as some idiot and Animus are fighting. Once again, they're half a second behind. It's some idiot's turn now to go on the charge as we're coming up on another lapped car. So that's Prinky again. Some idiot in the gravel as he's chasing down Animus. 0.6 seconds, getting really loose on the exit of turn 15 as he's chasing down Animus. But he does have those fresh tires with around 11 laps to go. Well, they aren't fresh, honestly. They're 8 laps old, but they're fresher.
They're fresher. Oh, Z3 Mikey got a 3-second time penalty with multiple warnings. I believe that's track limit warnings. Saw him a little bit earlier in the race, challenging for a top 5. He's sitting 8th place at the moment.
Oh, you want to know something? Animus has a 3-second time penalty. So he has to have a 3-second gap to, actually no, he has 6-second time penalties. He has to have a 6-second gap to some idiot to accumulate for these time penalties. Some idiot is still in the net lead because some idiot does not have a penalty that I know of. I just looked through the race director, and yes, Animus does have 6 seconds of penalty, so some idiot is probably aware that he is facing someone with penalties, and he doesn't have to push that much. But he is still have to pushing ahead of Raven to stay ahead of 2nd place.
Now Raven, though, has 11 laps on his tires, as we see it up here on your screens. Not running quite as fast, so I have to wonder if his tires are looking a lot fresher than, say, his competitors in front of him. Be able to save the fuel, save the tires for the end, as we have 10 laps to go here at the Australian GP.
Yes, we are. This is a very crazy early battles we've had in the very first AOR American split. And I can say the battle between Animus, Some Idiot, and Raven, and maybe Fluffy Dave will last us all season. And I'm really excited to see the very end of this race, as I believe everyone's going to their tire saving modes. We got a yellow flag in Sector 1. I don't see anything, but we got Intergalactic Gentleman and Mud having a fight. And I actually believe Mud is back. No, he's ghosted.
No, he's still ghosted, I think.
Never mind.
Didn't quite make it back in here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
DC, while we have the opportunity, would like to thank Intergalactic Gentleman, as he is the coordinator for this particular series, doing a fantastic job getting everybody in the lobby and making sure that this race goes as smooth as possible.
Yes, thank you, gentlemen, for giving all the American F1 drivers who can't make it into the European splits, either by just time, work, scheduling, or just
being slow.
I was avoiding saying that, but yeah.
we'll meme on our American counterparts as much as we can, because we all know that the European splits and even the Australian splits, those guys are insanely fast. We have a lot of respect for them, of course, but most of those times are, sometimes they're the middle of the night for us here in America, depending on where we're located. And like someone like myself, the races that I normally commentate on start at 10:30 in the morning, and you got to be up and do prep, and it does take a lot, as we have a car off the track.
Yeah, we do have a car off the track. That is no, it's not Mikey. It's Regulus the Lion.
Regulus, yeah.
Yeah, it's Regulus the Lion.
Rough race.
Oh, he's disqualified. He parked in a dangerous location and is disqualified from the session.
Yep.
For spinning out right there, so that's a tough race for him, as he is disqualified and is finishing in P20th with 9 laps to go. Some idiot sitting 2.2 seconds behind of Animus, taking a seat in Easy Street, because Animus has a 6-second gap he has to make up to retain his lead. But some idiot will inherit it at the end of this race currently, as we have a yellow flag at Sector 3. Why is there a yellow flag at Sector 3?
I don't know, we'll have to figure that out, but Animus, at the moment, has a 2.4 second interval between him and some idiot, but ACR
It's
Raven
going down.
looking to close the gap on some idiot and potentially take the lead of this race.
I believe Animus just got 9 seconds of penalties now. He's cutting all the corners and he's just racking up time penalty after time penalty. You know, with this, he will be finishing in P3 behind his teammates. This is not.
Actually, no, he would end up P4. Assuming
Fluffy Dave would
Fluffy
inherit.
Dave is still within that time frame.
Fluffy Dave's 12 seconds behind of Animus right now, so
Not
I'm
what
having
showing.
people message me about the 9 seconds of Animus.
The 9 seconds of Animus, yeah.
Thank you, everybody. But Animus not looking after his race at all, expecting everybody to have time penalties, but no, some idiot does not have a time penalty. He's running a clean race right now as he chases down the, well, he doesn't really have to chase down the leader. He just has to look after second place, which he's leading by 3 seconds. Currently, everyone's separated by a lot, as actually Z-Womp and Intergalactic Gentleman are having a battle for 11th place down the front straight. It's Mercedes versus Haas going into turn 1 on lap 22.
Oh, here we go. Could be a pass.
Z-Womp around the outside. They're side by side going into turn 3. And he makes it stick on Intergalactic Gentleman.
Big lockup, too.
Oh, he's on fresh super softs. That
Yes, he
that
is.
was easy for him.
And he's only got 7 laps to go.
Yeah, 7 laps left.
YouTube chat. This is
I need to stop. I saw that message from Troll Mission.
Oh my goodness.
That
Guys, we're trying to concentrate here. What are you doing?
hey, professional.
Jeez, professional. 9-second penalty. Got it.
Yes.
But seriously,
Actually, Fluffy Dave.
what's that?
Yeah. Zwamp making good move on his teammate as he's about to enter the ghost points of P10 from the disconnection from mud. And there it is. But yes, he is on the freshest tires out of all, on these super soft tires. And he's making it good gains right now.
No need to apologize. Yeah, no, it's fine. It caught us by surprise. Don't worry about it. We're
I
good.
wasn't expecting to spit up milk.
Yeah, right. Looks like 13th and 14th starting to hot up just a little bit. J-Boy was looking racy there for a minute, but I guess not. Sitting 19 laps on softs.
Yeah, he started on these soft tires. He's going to have to go into the pits for ultra softs very soon. I believe that is his strategy. He's probably going to go for the fastest. Actually, no, he's ghosted.
Is he ghosted? That's why it looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe everybody 15th, 16th, and 17th are all go. Actually, no, they're actually all racing.
I was gonna say they look
That is
fine.
very surprising. That is very surprising. So let's go back to some idiot. He is 3 seconds behind of Animus right now as Z Mikey goes into the pits for ultra softs.
Oh, here we go.
Someone looking to push up a few laps into those points, maybe go for the fastest lap.
I think he's
Here
a lap
in
down
the
now,
Australian Grand Prix. He is a lap down, but he is currently sitting in the points of 9th place, 46 seconds ahead of 10th behind him. The gaps are huge right now in this first round, as Animus, Some Idiot, and Raven are all putting on a clinic right now. Coming into this final sector, but Animus still 9 seconds penalty, very far net behind of Some Idiot and Raven, as Some Idiot is in net lead currently.
Look, everybody's fairly spread out at this point. The tires have started to go away. Fuel obviously starting to go away as well. And just want to get to the end of the race. Not too much in the way of attrition other than a couple of disconnects and a couple of crashes, but nothing too crazy all around. I have to admit, I sort of expected this race to be a little bit more down and dirty.
Yeah, I was expecting a more down and dirty race. Probably the most dirty was Animus and Raven getting in a collision, that three-way fight. Honestly, if that incident didn't happen right now, we'd probably be seeing a completely different race with all three of these guys, in theory, still being front-wing gearbox right now.
Yeah,
in that three-way train.
I'd have to agree with that completely. All three of these guys looking very even. It's just when they started getting around each other and start jostling for position a little bit. The only great thing about that is they had big old grins on their face underneath those helmets.
Yes, they did. Or they were clenching really hard and sweating. And no one likes a sweaty wheel.
Why not both?
I don't want to think about it. As Mikey comes out of the pits on these ultra soft tires, yes, he is just going for those hot laps, getting a lot of time on the disconnected of Mud, who is joined in the YouTube chat of his reaction to DCing. I'll check that out after this stream and let you know what I think about it. But whenever I would get disconnected from a race, I would be really bad.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'd get upset too, man.
Yeah. Let's go on board with Mikey. He's sending some lightning times right now as we're going to pull up the lap data right now for his sections. He just came out of the pit, so this lap won't be his fast lap. Well, lap 27 for Mikey, well, 26 technically, since he is a lap down for him, is going to be lightning fast since he is the only one on these ultra soft tires.
He's coming around the penultimate corner right now. We're on board with Mikey.
Actually, no, I think this is a flying. No, this is not a flying lap.
It should be. You need to put that pedal down. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Flying lap in the middle of a race, on board with the Renault of Z Mikey. No, this is not qualifying.
Bit of a disconnect there.
Yeah, a bit of a lag spike right there on the straight, but everything is staying in total right now. As he's actually tearing up this tat. That's purple in Sector 1.
Yeah, he's flying.
Minus 0.8 seconds. Yeah, that is absolute fire right there. And I just said that.
Just out of the eighth gear. And he's pushing this thing like crazy.
As we're coming to the near end of this race, I'd like to say good morning to a few of our Australian viewers.
Right, yeah.
What else to make a good morning than a American AOR League race to start off your day to? Hope you have a good day. Codemasters 99.
Dusty Oranges was in the chat earlier. I think he's still here. He's my co-commentator for other leagues, if you will.
All right, Mikey comes across the line and doesn't set the new fastest lap.
Gotta be careful though. He might cut a couple of things. He did back off a touch.
But he is coming up on P10 of Intergalactic Gentleman, and this is the battle for points, and he just sails past him.
Well, I mean, you have to. With those tires going on, you might as well get up there and crank it up. He's got the fuel turned up like crazy too.
Yeah, he is. This is just max out pushing, trying to get as many positions. He is 44. No, he's 3 seconds behind his Swamp, ahead of him in P9, which I believe is the place he's going for with 2 laps remaining. Animus has pulled out a 4-second gap to some idiot, and that is still not enough for the win. He's got to wish for a miracle or miracle of failures for some idiot to gain all that time to him. As everyone is still spaced out in the ending lane, in the ending phases of this Grand Prix. Oh, here comes Z Mikey on Z Womp. The battle for 9th place. Coming along the final hairpin. What track am I thinking of?
Long Beach?
Cover up. Say Indy.
Indy? Yeah, same. But now Z Mikey looking absolutely racing here, trying to get a couple of more points.
He is on the freshest tires right now. Actually, Lundvis Bro is on the freshest tires. He was looking down the inside, but Z-Womp holds him off. 2 laps to go for these two. Hopefully we don't have a last lap collision between...
Oh, he's off the track.
Oh! Overcooks it right there. Losing time to the Mercedes ahead. It's Mercedes v Renault Power, but he has gained up that's half a second. He is down as he's still trying to chase down Z-Womp going to turn 11 and 12. Hopefully we don't see any mistakes going to this corner. There's corner cut and he's in the wall! Z Mikey overcooks it and he's in the wall. And he's out of this race. Tough race for Z Mikey as we enter the final laps for the leader.
That's right, some idiot looking beautiful.
6.6 seconds down on Animus, who you can bet is pushing like a wildebeest right now, trying to gain 3 seconds on some idiot. This is the battle for the lead between Animus and some idiot that is not taking place. They're ending cars and it feels like I'm commentating rallies right now with this time penalty that Animus has. But Animus pulls up that gap to 7 seconds. 2 seconds to go behind some idiot.
We're watching some idiot come through the penultimate corner of the Australian Grand Prix.
Yeah, Animus just crossed the line. That's all that he could do. And here comes some idiot. He is 9 seconds down. He is 7 seconds down. And he takes the win in the very first F1 AOR Hype Energy American Split ever. Congratulations to some idiot as Raven finishes in 3rd with Fluffy Dave in 4th. A lot of carbon fiber being spread across the track by AI cars running into each other. I guess it's just the American way on how to finish a race.
It's Triton coming into 5th place. Sharkbait
98 coming across the final line. He weaves down to the inside, throwing a hand of celebration as he finishes in 6th with Kingy AV. Eventually coming out of 7th. He is still on the very back. He's still at turn 15.
Yep.
All the way onto the final corner. Kingy AV finishes in the points in 7th. Huge congratulations to some idiot.
Absolute insanity.
Insanity from opening lap to, I would say the first stint until that Ferrari debacle. But huge congratulations to some idiot as he throws a hand of celebration in the air, lifts up the trophy. I believe that is his first ever league race in any league, as he sprays the champagne in victory. He must be really happy right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be, honestly, with a race like that, after knowing that the person in front of you has those penalties, decided not to push the subject, just maintain the gap, done a fantastic job of making sure that he does not lose the race in the end. Well done by some idiot. Wow.
All right. Let's go through your final results. It's some idiot taking the win, followed by Animus, Raven, Fluffy Dave, It's Triton, Sharkbait 98, Kingy AV, Heineken, Intergalactic Gentleman, Z-Womp, followed by Mund, DMW Boy, J-Boy, Jonathan AI. I threw my controller across the room and I have to get it. Pranky, C3 Mikey having a bit of penalties. Lund's Visit Bro, Altsney, Sakith and Rel gets the Lion, finishing up the very end. So let's go into the Discord and bring in our winner of Some Idiot into the commentary box. As I'm going to drag him away from everybody. Move to... We're in commentary box 1, right?
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah, we did.
Congrats on the win, Some Idiot. How was that race?
Oh man, if this was the other league, I would be absolutely ecstatic. But hey, I got a gift. Still almost threw it away. But I'll take it. That's amazing to finally get a win like that.
Yeah, during that Ferrari debacle, bring us what was going through your mind when you saw both of them go around your outside and inside. Did you just slam on the brakes, or what happened?
I was kind of I wasn't really trying to overtake Raven in the opening part, because I knew both him and Amius were faster. I honestly wanted to let them go and let them race their own race, because I don't think I deserved to win that, to be frank. I was letting them go, and then he wound up making that extreme dive bomb, and all I can say is, well, I was telling myself, well, I got one hell of a gift, didn't I?
Well, I mean, you did keep the race clean, though. That's the one thing you did, and you didn't accrue any penalties. You still have to run the race in a clean fashion, and unfortunately, Animus did not, at least according to what the game saw, and you did. That's worth something, apparently.
Yeah, it's worth a win.
I didn't deserve it on pace. I was the third fastest person out there, and I don't think I deserve to win it. But you take the gifts you're given, and that was a gift.
Well, you certainly enjoy your trophy and champagne tonight, as we'll see you next week in Bahrain. Let's bring in Animus, and let's bring in both of the Ferrari drivers right now, and let's have all three of the podium finishers. Actually, they've left the chat already.
I think they have. Yeah, everybody's fairly knackered after one heck of a race. First race out here for the American split here at AOR. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. It's been fantastic. We will see you next time.
Peace out.